I think I support voting locally. I have no stake in this town. I don't care what happens here. In fact, if I could vote for things that would make this place worse, I would. So I don't care about this place. I didn't really vote from where I was from, but I would, if I had to advocate any kind of voting, I would say do it. If you live in a small town, do it locally and try to make a difference there, because that's really, and I would also say don't vote for people unless you really like them. Again, in these small towns, people are close, are tight knit. You might have gone to high school with one of the guys, and you want to support them. That's fine. Even that is better than voting for one of these high level cocksuckers that tell us the same bullshit every year. The people that don't give a fuck about us, the people that are as far away from the citizens as they possibly can be in status, in financial fucking, in wealth, in the whole thing. Right? They are as far away from the people as humanly possible, and they don't work for the people. They don't work for the people. They work for the companies and corporations and organizations that keep their interests. They just grease each other's palms. So understand that highest level, that's what happens. And at the local level, that happens as well. And my only defense for voting locally for people is that you know them and you have you think that they'll do a good job and you want to help them. And that's fine because you actually have an idea of that person. Even if they were the popular kid in high school that everybody knew, you at least know that. And you have something that you can at least base something off of. Whereas the other candidates, you only ever see them when they have that face on, when they have that salesman demeanor on, when they're on television, when they only have so much time to get a point out. You only see them in that fucking light. Plus, you add in the fact that they are infinitely more wealthy than you and can't see what you see in your community, in your state, in your town, whatever, and in your country. And those jobs are obviously incredibly hard to do, and they're whatever, but there's no incentive to work for us anymore. So voting locally is one thing. Voting for people locally, you have a leg to stand on. But voting for change or voting for questions, that's something I feel like I could get behind. Something that maybe in the future, if I do decide to vote, I would do. But here's the thing. I just don't feel like registering. I feel like they've made it a lot easier now to register to vote, but I just don't feel like sitting down. There's never a point in my day where it's like, you know what? I've never registered to vote. Why don't I go ahead and vote? Why don't I try and do that? There's 1,000 other things happening in my life. That sitting down and signing up to vote is pretty much at the bottom, right? It's pretty much at the bottom. I'd probably say, chopping my big toe off is probably a little higher than that.